Yes. Check, mic check. Yep. Assess the calendar, paste it into. Oh yeah, that's smart. That's smart. That's smart. This more. So we have. Oh wait, this is in the wrong time. Let me fix that. That's New York. Central America, Eastern time, yeah? Eastern time. What's going on? 8:30. Yep, everything's good. So what do we have this week? We have NFP. There's a news on a Monday, which is good. When it comes to NFP weeks, I don't mind that. I actually don't mind that. I would trade EU, GU, maybe NQ as well, but I don't have high expectations for NQ, right? But Tuesday, this news is kind of ass. Because then 9A model would get a bit messed up because we have this news. But it all depends on where we are at price, right? So it's hard to tell what we would do on a Tuesday when we have this news, but it's fine. Wednesday we have fake NFP, and Thursday we have unemployment claims. This really does not matter because this is the first unemployment claims of the week, of the month. Doesn't matter to me that much. I like to trade the last unemployment claims of the month. That to me has the most potential to go higher or lower, right? And we have NFP. So FX, I'll be trading Monday, Tuesday, and possibly Wednesday as well. So what I've seen so many times on FX is the same thing happened to me last month, where I took a trade, right? I took a trade. It was on Wednesday. It was on Wednesday on two different assets. So I think I took it on GU and EU. On one asset, I got break even because price was sloppy, and on the other asset, that trade was a winner, right? But I took that. What was it? Was it GU or was it EU? Anyways, the high or the low of the week was created on a random day, but Wednesday gave me an opportunity to take the trade, and we never came back to that Wednesday's low or high of the day. I think it was high of day, if that makes sense. So the week was like this. Let's say the week was like this. I actually don't remember whether it was bullish or bearish. This was Wednesday, right? This was Wednesday, and Friday probably did this, and we never came back to this. But on the other asset we did, right? We created SMTE, all that. But on one asset it was good. So it's your job to know which asset is more bullish or more bearish. And I actually think DIX is going to be super bullish. I want it to be bullish. I wouldn't say super bullish because it all depends on what we do today on the open. But y'all know this is my doll. I actually think this is going to be like a quarterly low right here. We could easily tap into this and go lower, right? We can, but I just think we are super bullish on Dixie. I just think we are going to be super bullish on Dixie. And I just saw a comment on a TikTok that said we would tank in the next couple of months on the dollar. And seeing that makes me more confident that we would go higher. because of Trump something. I don't know what it was, but this guy or this woman was saying that we would go low on Dixie, which we could, but I actually think we are gonna go higher. But we can easily tap into this and go lower, tap into this OB and go lower. But I think this weekly key level with this is way more powerful, and I think we are going to go to this high. Even though the monthly is a doji and the monthly is looking like a three candle model, right? But we are in this key level as well. And EU is the same thing. EU. Oh wait, what happened? See, I told you this would happen. But Dixie, obviously. But Euro spawned lower. But my issue with this is, right, I have a huge issue with this. Because I was gonna take a Monday continuation play on Friday from this high. But I don't think we are gonna get that today. I really don't think price is gonna come back all the way to this. Nah, no way. Zero chance. And go lower. You know? I don't think that's gonna happen. But damn. He's insane, bro. Actually insane. So if EU gap lower, like I said, Dixie should gap higher. Where did I say? I think it's somewhere here, right? Yeah. Yeah. And I also predicted that we are gonna go to this low on EU as well. I predicted this last week when we were here. BBC, yeah, indeed, BBC, bro. So that's a small outlook I'm gonna give, but on NQ, I'm not gonna give an outlook on NQ because I was bullish from here, right? And I wanted all-time highs. Is BP here? I think I had a bet with BP that I said we are gonna go to all-time highs from here, and BP said we would turtle soup this high and we would go low. I'm pretty sure. But this was nobody could have predicted this because this was Nvidia and DeepSeek, right? But let's see what happens. Anyways, I just don't like how NQ is right now. This is not clear to me at all, right? We could easily take one of these lows and go higher, and we are just dumping from here. This does not make any sense to me, like whatsoever. And we don't even have to go to this low. That's the thing. Equal lows, these kind of equal doesn't matter. Like we could go and tap all these lows, but we really don't have to, because we did not take any high to go low. Yeah, we took this high and even low, but I don't know, it just doesn't make any sense to me. And we have all these equal highs. These equal highs make sense to me because we tapped into this turtle soup. Now we are going higher, taking liquidity from here and going higher. This makes sense. If see, ES looks super bullish to me, but if we go all the way to these lows, I won't be surprised because it's NQ. But I don't have high expectations for NQ. I think EU and Dix is super simple trade, at least these couple of days. But I really don't want EU to tap this yet, right? I want EU to come back to this and then go lower. It's way better for me. I can catch more trades. I'm actually in a insane short from that one stream we did where I told you, that one day where I was bullish in here. Such a huge mistake, like such a huge mistake, but it happens. It happens. It's so funny to me because there are people on Twitter, right, names bigger than mine, who are in this Discord, which is so funny to me. because they saw my what was it, my analysis that I posted on the free chat, and they posted the exact same thing on their Twitter. But when we were already here, I posted it when we were in here. Right? They posted when we were this close to this daily fair value gap. Obviously doesn't count, right? And when Dixie was pretty sure in here, I called this out somewhere in here. And now, no shit, we are going to this high, but in here, nobody believed that we were going to this high. They thought that this OB would work and we would keep going lower. Anyways, what was I gonna say? Social medias for kids? Yeah, for sure. What was I gonna say? Dude, I missed the whole point because I'm yapping about. Oh yeah, I really want to catch some sort of shorts, but after looking at this, I really don't know whether we would. Because what I like to see, maybe there's no way we are gonna get a Monday continuation here. Even if we did, for me personally, I wouldn't have a trade here, only because I don't just trade. Even if this was a fair value gap, right? Gaps are inefficiencies too, but even if this was a clear FVG, I would still not take an entry like this. I want a proper low or a high, weak high, turtle soup, protected high, and for me to enter on this, right? I want to see this, and there's no way we are gonna see this on a Monday. However, see, I'm talking about the forex models here. However, what we can see, what might happen is that Monday is going to be a range, and then maybe Tuesday we form high of the week and we go lower, and we'll have a Monday range model on a Tuesday. That's fine. I'd prefer that over this. Can I talk about time frame alignment? Yeah, sure. Time frame alignment is knowing this time frame alignment. I actually talked about this on my YouTube video. Time frame alignment is just you knowing how many times we are gonna come back to that level, or come back to that key level, or come back to that PD array, or come back to that intermediate term high or low, right? So in here we have a 4-hour FVG. That is the time frame alignment that you need to know. This is a 4-hour FVG. So for you to take a short off of this, you need to see a hourly double tap into this, right? So you need to see 2 hourly candles tap into this. First tap and second tap. This white candle is your first tap, and this black candle is your second tap, right? So time frame alignment goes the following way. So if it's a weekly key level, or weekly high or low, it could be a key level or a high or a low. With the weekly, you use the daily double tap, right? So how it goes is a time frame below this, a major time frame below this. So for the weekly is the daily, for the daily it's the 4-hour, and for the 4-hour it's the hourly, right? Just a major time frame below this. So for the hourly, what is it? Can you all tell? Yes, 15 or 30, right? 30 minute or 15. I like to use the 15 because 15 is more consistent, right? And with the 15 it's the 5. I don't go below this. 5/3, right? I don't go below this. This is the time frame alignment, and every key level or every high or low, you need to see one of these double taps into it. That's how you can catch the daily SMR. And what else was I gonna talk about? Yeah. Now looking at this, I mean, I knew we were gonna gap down lower, but I was thinking maybe somewhere in here, you know, maybe a bit lower, but not this low. Like we took this low. So my plan was, if we go below this or we disrespect this, like I really wanted to catch a trade into this low resistance, right, before going to this low. So my plan was, if I took a trade here, my partials would be these, but obviously that's not gonna happen. It's fine because I'm in a short from here as well, but I just wanted more shorts. What else? Oh, GU trade. I think GU trade was really interesting. From, yeah, this is really interesting. We never took this high, but we created an SMT in here, and we took this high. And I saw so many people getting you took any trades on Friday on EU? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I did, and I also signaled out a UJ trade, right? Which was a L, right? I think that was the only FXL I remember. I actually don't remember any FXL. I'll actually talk about this UJL. This was a bad trade, and UJ has been just not it. I'm actually not gonna trade UJ for like months, unless dollar is like ranging. I mean, if dollar is ranging, then I'll touch UJ. Until that, I'm not gonna touch UJ. UJ has been just doing me dirty. Right? I don't know. It just doesn't work with me. But Euro JPY is good. GBP JPY is good. Everything else is good. Oh, this was a hard break even that I took as well. My TP was literally this low, I think. This low, one of these lows. And I did not want to TP because I would have passed on phase 2 if I hit this trade. And I didn't partial loaded anything, and it was a break even. What else? Because it's kind of insane. Yeah, EU on Friday, right? EU on Friday was super clean. It was, however, I think this is Thursday. Did I take it on Thursday or Friday? Yep, I took this. I took this. A New York continuation, and I had an insane fill on this. Y'all can. Did I post this? I think I did. I had an insane fill on this. Literally somewhere in here. I waited until this candle. I waited till the next candle open at 8:15. I entered as soon as it swept it. Even a better entry than this as well. And I closed when we were here. Shit. My mouse died. Fuck. Give me 2 minutes. Yeah, I can't find my charge, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, I plugged in a different mouse. Thank God I have a different mouse. But I don't know where my charger is. And it's not even a type C charge, it's like those old chargers on the Logitech. Those old Android chargers. I don't know why it's an old Android charger and not a type C cable. I definitely don't have that cable anymore. Probably lost it. Fuck it, I don't care. Where was I? I actually don't remember. Let me go over the ranges and the O socks, right? O socks. How do you get precise entries? Easy, right? It's just first things first, you need to be really good at analysis, and then second thing is easy experience, right? I know, okay, I can't say I know because it went really bad here and it went higher and a lot of people got broke even on this day. But I know, let's just forget about that. I know that this was high of day, right? 230 high of day on London, and the doll was this low for me, or some low, right? And I know New York will give you the continuation. And we had news on this day. We had news at 8:30, right? We had news at 8:30, and I knew we would make the manipulation before 8:30 and we would distribute at or on 8:30. So I was waiting for the proper place to get in here. And looking at this 15, this was an open low 15, I knew that this 15 would not distribute. So I waited till this closes and I was gonna enter on the next 15. Right? As soon as it opened high, and on the 1 minute, as soon as this white candle turns black, I entered. Right? I entered and I let it play out, and as soon as it goes a bit lower, if I normally when I get a really good entry, I break even ASAP. Right? I don't get entries like this every day, but if I got a really insane entry, sometimes I break even and I add another question on my normal entry, right? Which could be an OB breaker. I like breakers the most, to be honest. And then I let it play out. So this was one of those entries. Anyways, let me talk about ranges and OSOC, right? Also, there's no proper OSOC protocol for NFP week, if I'm being honest. Because some days it could be Wednesday high of week or low of week, whatever it is. But normally Friday creates the high or the low of that week, right? It could be anything. It could be the high, it could be the low. So Friday normally is, so let's say we are bearish this week, the low of the week will definitely get created on Friday, right? So I don't really, the NFP week is not my favorite OSOC week, but the second week and third week is really good. And ranges, right? Let me talk a bit about ranges. So first things first, there are time-based ranges and there are price-based ranges. Time-based ranges are your Asia sessions, right? From 20 to midnight. That's your Asia session, right? Whenever you see this and you're bearish, rallying higher, took Asia high and we go lower. As soon as you see this, if you are bearish at a proper key level, that the issue in here was that this was not on a proper key level. That's why this did not we came back to this. Actually, there was no SMT. I thought there was SMT, but GU took this and EU took this as well. So we came back to this, tapped into this, and we went lower. However, when Asia's at this, you can anticipate London to create the high of day above Asia, definitely above Asia. So as soon as you see this is a time-based range, right? And if, let's say, London was accumulating 2, then you combine Asia and London, and that whole thing is one big range, and you anticipate New York to create the high of the week, high of the day, high of the day, if you're bearish, right? So in that case, this would be Asia and London, and you would anticipate New York to create the high of the day. Normally it happens on the first hour or the second hour on FX. Obviously things are so much different on NQ. So that's how it is on if you're trading the New York reversal. For London reversal, the same way. This is Asia. On London, you want the high or the low of the day. If you're bearish, it's the high of the day getting created at the first hour or the second hour of London session, right? So from 2 a.m. onwards until maybe 4, right? And always look at 3 a.m., like exact 3 a.m. and 3:30. 3:30 is so good. On FX, 3:30 is so good. You will see something at 3:30. It's actually insane. And SMTs, right? And stop looking at Twitter. That's one of the worst things you can do, because unlike NQ, unlike in Nasdaq traders, when it comes to FX, there are people posting their fucking outlooks every single day. Like I've not traded FX for like 10 years, but I started trading FX like a month ago, right? And I see so many people sharing their outlooks on Twitter, and they're so bad as well. I'm not gonna lie, a couple of times that tilted me as well. Like I was bullish on that day, but seeing their thing made me bearish, for example, right? These guys are so bad. Like everyone, I'm yet to see anyone getting it right. And they just post it every day. I'm pretty sure there are people who post their outlooks every week, like every week. This is what the US gonna do, this is what gold's gonna do, this is what UJ is gonna do, all that. Insane to me. Like even me, I would predict EU, I predicted this, but I would not predict NQ. Like genuinely, I'm going to this week with a neutral bias. Like anyone who says that they can predict where we are going when price action is like this, it's just bullshit. And especially when Dixie is trending, when Dixie is trending, it's not the best time to trade NQ. That's like basics. Yeah, that's the time based range. And price based range, I'll go into BTC, because BTC ranges are cleanest on BTC. You look at a low that takes a high, or a high that takes a low, and that is your range, right? So this low, so this was the previous high that took the low, right? Took this low. So all of this is a range, and when from this low, if we go higher and take this high again, so this was the previous high that took the low, and if we displace through this high, now this is your new range, right? And if we come back to this low, and if we turtle swoop this, you'll probably keep on going higher, and you see this POC tap in here, and you will see that everywhere. Yeah, even here. So this was the low that took off this high, so you draw a line, low to the high, and this is simply chef's kiss. Key candle, soup, right? Perfect. You went on this, and you ride. Yeah. So it's a game of highs and lows. Yeah, it's completely a game of highs and lows. It's only highs and lows. That's all you need. That's all you need. Forget about the key levels. Key levels and all this stuff. Key levels, they're all there to distract you. Right? They're all there to distract you. Just, it's more of a confluence, you know? It's more of a confluence. It's like telling someone that you need SMT. SMT is good. SMT is insane. Also, what I've noticed something about SMT. So I've been trading NQ for like religiously for the past 2-3 years, right? There's SMT everywhere, so I ignored SMT on NQ. But on Euro, you always have to wait for SMT. Because if there's no SMT, that means that there's gonna be a SMT form in the next 5, 10, 15, 30 minutes. And it's gonna be really shit if EU takes, let's say you entered here, and EU takes this high, and NQ and GU does not. That's gonna be really ass. So it's always good to wait for SMT. But if you just, there's no way it's gonna go straight into this low, right? That would be insane. I don't think that's gonna happen, but let's see. Do you take the pair that SMT or TH? That's a really good question. Yep, XVC is right. I prefer the TS. And I have explained why. There is one of my other theories as well. If you want, I'll go a bit. Yeah, I'll go with mixed signature. Bro, there's no way you remember this XVC. There's no way you remember this, bro. I've talked about this like once ages ago. Bro, you actually pull up for every fucking stream. That's insane. Alright, so let me talk about this. Really important, you'll never see this anywhere. So we have two assets, right? We are bearish and we have two assets. One creates a turtle soup. And the other creates a lower high, right? So SMT. It's always better to take this entry, because when price displaces through all these lows, it will always come back, right? When it comes back, this asset will come back maybe up to this level, not too far into your entry, right? It will keep going lower, but this asset will always have a way deep retracement, right? It might not take this high, but let's say your entry was somewhere in here. That's the break even. This is why I always prefer this asset. That's pretty much it, but that's, I think, really important to understand. I don't think anybody talks about this. I've never ever heard anyone talk about this. Alright, do I have any questions? I'm super fucking tired. I've been up for like 15 hours trying to get this video up. But if you all have any questions, I'll answer them. So the pair that TS would be a lot weaker. Weaker to go lower. If you're bearish, yeah. If it is at first, but then it's better, yeah. Yeah, that's a better way of putting it. Do you have any questions? Do you like this outlook kind of thing? Nah, no more questions? Is that it, boys? If you could upload the video after, yeah, I will. So I think I should add. Y'all all can see the library section. Right? Also, before y'all go, if something happens to your roles, right? If something happens, I still don't know because I'm still not figured this out, right? If something happens to your roles and everyone lose your role, just send me a DM. I have a picture of everyone who's in the Discord. Just send me a DM and I'll get y'all in again. But you all might have to maybe it's fine, right? Send me a DM and I'll give you all the roles back if something happens. I'm not sure though. All right, see you boys. I'll see you all on Tuesday. Peace.